as we gather for this meeting. Guide our minds and hearts so that we will work for the good of our community. Teach us to be generous in our outlook, courageous in the face of difficulty, and wise in our decisions. Thy will be done. Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I call this Hancock County Commission to order. The 17th day of March, St. Patrick's Day 2016. Thursday, 2:34 is the opening time. Item 1, approval of minutes. Item A, approval of commission minutes, meeting minutes for March the 3rd, 2016.
Move to approve.
Motion to approve the minutes as presented. I read through them a couple of times. George, I even tried to pick out some spelling mistakes or syntax errors. There are none. So you did a good job.
Not me. But I'll take the credit for it.
All right. You would too. Any corrections, questions, adjustments? If not, call for a vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 3-0. Item 2, citizens presentation. Joy Reese, Housing Counselor Program Manager, Change Inc., Home Program Public Hearing Announcement. Joy, if you would step to the mic, the floor is yours.
Thank you. First, I'd like to apologize. I was originally scheduled back on 2/18. Unfortunately, my husband caught the intestinal flu. I took care of him, and he shared. And then we rescheduled, but then I discovered you need 2 weeks to 15 days in order to do a public presentation for this program. So, again, I have to apologize for having to reschedule it again. So, I'm here now. All right. I have some handouts. Can we pass this that way? And here's more. Also, I have a sign-in sheet, and below that is comments. Any public comments that I can take back to the Home Consortium, please sign and, write what you would like to see or have done in the future. Okay, a little bit about the home program. Change, of course I have this little speech I prepared, but we did this so I can see everybody. Change Incorporated is an administrator of the Northern Panhandle Home Consortium for the city of Weirton, Brooke County, and Hancock County. The home program receives an annual grant from the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development. The home program also encompasses Ohio County, Marshall County, and the city of Wheeling, West Virginia, the Northern Panhandle. The purpose of the grant is to provide affordable housing to low and moderate income families. For the fiscal year 2016, we do not know the exact amount of funding as of this report. For planning purposes for the home program, we'll use the same level of funding as in 2015, which was $245,326 for Hancock County and $23,956 for Brooke. Hancock County home funds are typically used for the first-time home buyer program, which provides down payment and closing cost assistance to income-eligible first-time home buyers who are purchasing a house within Hancock County. Each year, each jurisdiction is required to hold a public hearing, which is what we're doing, to solicit public comments regarding how the upcoming fiscal year's home funds should be utilized. Any questions? No?
No questions?
That's it? Okay. Thank you.
I have a question. There's a budgeted amount of monies available. Are those used up every year?
No, it isn't. However, the Home Consortium has decided that they would allocate the funds for everybody from 2012, 13, and 14. So right now, we had a total of, I think, 11 certificates, and everybody grabbed them up. Right now, we're down to 6. However, by allowing that to happen, I was able to place 1 person, 2 person, 3 persons in Brooke, and 4 persons over in Hancock County. So this has allowed a little bit more competitiveness, I believe. Plus, I reached out to all of the real estate agents and the lenders, and they are strongly supporting the program, and we are moving forward with it. So I anticipate by the end of this year, we should have used up all the outside funds, and we should be beginning to use the 2015-16 funds.
Good. I think it's a great program. I don't understand why more people don't take advantage of it. I really don't. I don't understand it.
Yeah, they are though, which is really nice.
Anything else, John?
Can I ask a question? Is the money allocated here, is it to help with the down payment
And
and closing costs? Okay, I wanted to make sure.
Right. But if an individual wants everything to go towards the down payment, that's fine. It's all up to the lender. If it goes to the down payment, of course, that will reduce the principal, which will reduce the monthly payment, which might make it more affordable, particularly if they do sell their concessions with the closing costs. Yeah. So there are that flexibility, terms.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Any further? Okay. New business. County Commission 1. Approval of resolution to apply for the West Virginia Justice Assistance Grant Program for 16-17 Prevention Resource Officer or PRO officer. This is approval to apply.
So moved.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 3-0. Item 2, very similar. This is approval of resolution to apply for the West Virginia Justice Assistance Grant Program for FY 16-17, and this is the Drug Task Force grant.
Move to approve.
Questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item 3, same vein. This is a resolution to apply for VOCA, the VOCA grant, which is Victims of Crime Act. Again, this is an application process to apply for these grants.
Move to approve.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 3-0. Item 4, approval of a resolution to enter into a contractual agreement with the Community Participation Grant Program on behalf of the Newell Community Improvement Coalition for the lighting installation and improvement project at Laurel Hollow Park in the amount of $2,500.
Move to approve.
Questions, discussion?
This is legislative digest money, Mr. President?
Yes.
Okay.
Further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 3-0. Item 5, approval of release of trust deed for the following individuals as the 5-year lien has lapsed. David and Christine McCartney.
So moved.
Discussion?
This
All-
is, take it, this is one of the deeds from the Home Consortium?
Yes, he completed the project, and he has moved forward. He can utilize that as an asset in order to move out of the area, unfortunately. But now he has an asset that he can utilize.
Good.
Yeah. Great.
We have a motion. Further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 3-0. 6, approval of an internal budget revision for juvenile mediation program contingent upon approval from the West Virginia DHHR. Self-explanatory. We were given the paperwork, and once they approve it, right. Okay.
Okay, move to approve.
Discussion? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item 7, approval of grass cutting bids. Package 1, been there, cut that, $5,900. Package 2, been there, cut that, $6,600. Package 3, the lawn barber, $8,300. Package 4, been there, cut that, $6,600.
Move to approve.
Little footnote, Mr. Vitus, actually this price is down
Yes, sir.
from a year ago?
Yes, sir. The lawn barber's price is down from a year ago. Been there, cut that, held the same prices as last year, so we'll actually be saving about $1,300.
And my comment is, beside the price being down, the complaints have gone down. I don't know about you gentlemen, but I know 2 years ago we were getting calls somewhat constantly on some land. So last year I don't think I received a call.
No, and we were worried about whether they were cutting it out, and I know down in Weirton a lot, I would see those guys on, and actually the cemetery they take care of down there is on Three Springs Drive, and there was many times I've seen their crew out there cutting the grass, and I was very happy about that. So.
Yeah, I think we've been very pleased with the service we got with these people. It's important. You know, you go to a funeral and the weeds are, that doesn't look good. So. Motion?
Motion's been made.
Okay. Further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 3-0. 8, approval of pro agreements with the Hancock County Board of Education. And there are 7 pro officers. One at Weir High and Weir Middle. Sheriff, correct me if I make a mistake here. Oakland Middle, and then the elementary schools, Weirton, Allison, and New Manchester.
That's correct. Weir High is covered by the city of Weirton.
But in our resolutions and everything today, we are actually just the middleman
Just
for their money.
Just what it was covered by Hancock County Sheriff's Office and the Hancock County Commission, which is the 7 you just mentioned.
Move to approve.
Further discussion? Sheriff, any concerns
None.
in this? Good.
No, we're pleased with the way the program is going and its progression. Pleased with the officers we have working the program. Also, I'm very pleased with the Board of Education and the assistance they've given us, and the new superintendent who's helped us in getting some extra training that they were gracious enough to pay for.
And again, it's not like, we just wait for complaints, but I haven't received any. Matter of fact, it's accolades. We visited Weirton High, the new Weirton School about a month or so ago, and there was a lot of great praise for Deputy Jeter there.
I try to get out to all the different schools I like to say it on a timely basis. I really don't have a timeline that I try to get out to, but the principals, always check in with the principals and vice principals at the different schools and walk around and talk to the teachers. But mainly I like to step back and watch the children interact with the officers. And I like what I see all the way around.
I can echo that. I actually was on the school board when we put the first 2 officers in, and it was only, you might even have been in Weirton at the time.
I was chief at the time. I was one who wrote that grant.
Yeah, you're right. I remember now. One in Weirton and one at Oak Glen. And just talking to the staff, particularly the principals, the deterrent that person was in the school even carried over to weekends. You correct me if I'm wrong. The activity that might be going on Friday night somewhere or Saturday night was actually echoed through the halls that the PRO got, that was able to relate it back to the departments. And they curtailed a lot of stuff from the get-go. From being there and being here and having kids in the school, I've seen nothing but positive out of this program. And I know they keep cutting funding and we keep refunding it, but it's something I hope that never goes away here.
It's a program that we've invested, meaning this county has invested in our children. And I can't see it going away either. It's just too productive in way too many ways.
Call for a vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 3-0. B, County Clerk. Item 1, requesting approval appointment of Carl A. Frankovich as fiduciary commissioner for Hancock County for the term April 1st, 16 to March 31st of 18.
Move to approve.
Discussion? Call for a vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 3-0. County Clerk 2, approval of number 1 commissioners and poll workers for the May 16th, 2006 primary election.
Move to approve as presented.
Motion on the floor. George, we ready to go?
All set.
Okay.
Full sites are all in place. You got some movement on the commissioners. Number 1 commissioner, a couple of them. Barb's in the process of
Do you have like substitutes in the event that someone gets, okay, so we're prepared to be covered.
Early voting begins.
27.
Okay.
Wednesday, the 27th of April.
Motion to approve. Further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 3-0. Item 3, approval of polling sites for the May 10th, 2016 primary election.
Move to approve.
Discussion? George, you said that's as well.
Yeah,
That's ready to go?
Yeah. Everything's ready as of today.
Good.
And you also alluded to us today that there might have to become some changes down the road due to some facilities that have closed. And right. But as of right now, everything is the same as it was the last election. And Commissioner Davis has helped out with the precinct in Weirton to get, yes,
He's got it all straightened out.
good. Good.
Call for a vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Office of Technology and Communications requesting approval to hire Stephen Dixon as a part-time dispatcher to the 911 Center effective March 1st, 2016.
Move to approve.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Miscellaneous 5. Approval of exoneration orders.
Move to approve.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. General county bills. Approval.
General county bills are $81,132.72. P-Corp payments were $89,748.73.
Move to approve.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Pay the bills. Animal shelter levy, funds, bills, requisitions.
They're okay to pay.
Move to approve.
Concerns? Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Fire allocation, bills?
They're okay to pay.
Move to approve.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Library levy, funds, bills?
We had submissions from all 3 libraries, and they're okay to pay.
Move to approve.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Shelter workshop levy fund.
We only have 1 submission from them, but it's okay to pay.
Move to approve.
Motion to approve. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Elected officials, comments? Karen, or department heads, or
Nothing today.
nothing at all? Okay. Counselor?
Happy St. Patty's Day. That's it.
Sheriff?
Wish everybody a safe, happy St. Patty's Day. Enjoy the holiday. Go out and make sure you have a designated driver. I'm sure if we have any past redheads in here, they know how to party hardy, but be safe.
That's a good message, Sheriff. Thank you. Who we got in the back? Miss Carol?
Yes, we were approved for 2 sites for Energy Express again this summer. We're going to be at Weirton Elementary and A.T. Allison this year, so there's going to be a change. We're looking forward to being in the elementary schools this year with St. Clair County, so very excited about that. And we are still looking for just a couple of mentor slots to fill. I have 6 returning from last year, so it's greater than a 50% return rate. I'm very excited to have those mentors back to bring a lot of experience. We are still looking for a couple of full-time college students who'd be looking for a good summer job, be making a little over $10 an hour over the summer.
I might apply for that.
Well, it really is a great program.
Yeah, it is.
They're working through AmeriCorps, so they are doing national community service. They are receiving a living allowance, and then they receive an educational award at the end of summer. I have one of my mentors who completed 4 summers with me. Last year, she was a site supervisor, but cannot return this year. She was a site supervisor. She's going on to get her master's degree. And because of the work that she did with AmeriCorps, she is qualifying for additional scholarships towards her master's above and beyond what she made through Energy Express. So that was just an additional help for her education and further workforce development. So it really is an incredible program.
And I think that's something we've lost, corporations have lost over the decades too, is summer work programs. I mean, I worked when I was in college, we were in Steel every summer. You know, I think I was making more in the summer than I would when I started teaching. You know, so it was a good program. I like it. So thank you for that. All right, who else? We got Leadership Weirton is here, and Mountaineer is here today, and Jeannie, election office. You're gearing up.
Yes, we are, and I just wanted to let everybody know that the last day to either register or make any changes is April the 19th. And also, we will be mailing out absentee ballots after the 25th of March.
Good. 911.
I just wanted to say a little bit about the PRO program with the officers. I have seen these officers in the schools, especially with the elementary children. They love having that officer and that attention. And so I cannot speak highly enough of that. And I know that our officers do an outstanding job. I also want to thank you for our new hire. He is doing fantastic. Nothing but praise for our new guys because he's set in a little bit. So thank you for that. And happy St. Patrick's Day from one of your favorite redheads.
Mr. Vitus, do you have anything for us today?
Just to give credit where credit is due, Paige Dalrymple does a wonderful job with the grass cutting bids and keeping track of handling all of the incoming calls and making sure that these people know that they got one and they need to do something about it.
Good. I thought you were at the press. That's your new job.
That's
Miss Brenda,
that's my new job.
Hey, I've missed a sheriff before, so don't feel bad.
I
You know?
knew I'd get my chance. It's no problem. There's only one thing that I want to bring to the attention of folks out there who will be receiving jury questionnaires and summonses for court. I had an email this morning about people being concerned about a scam that goes around every few months. It seems as if they'll receive phone calls. The person calling identifies themselves as a member of the sheriff's department or one of the local police departments, and they tell the person they were supposed to appear for jury duty,
and they've been fined X amount of dollars, and they need to pay this money. Somebody would come by to pick it up, or some scam to get the money. First off, the sheriff's department, the police department will never call if you do not appear for jury duty. You'll get a notice from the judge telling you to come to court and explain why you weren't here for jury duty. You may be subject to a fine, but we will never, ever have somebody call you on the phone telling you that you need to pay a fine. So that's just a little information that I don't know why this scam got started, but over the last few years, it works. You're right, Sheriff. It works. People get frightened when they get that phone call that this is the sheriff's department or our police department, and you didn't appear for jury duty, and they're thinking, oh my gosh, I forgot to go. So I just want people to know that we will never have someone call you on the phone and tell you you have to pay a fine for not appearing for jury duty. You'll get something in the mail from either my office or the judge's office telling you to come to the courthouse and explain why you didn't come for jury duty. But that will be the only way you'll...
It will be a real friendly letter, I'm sure.
It will be a very friendly letter suggesting that you better come. but bottom line is, the judges, we all understand that sometimes things happen and you do forget. But for the most part, we have wonderful turnout for our jury trials. Folks in this area truly do believe in the jury system. So I'm always very pleased when we have a jury trial that about 99% of the folks show up, and we really rarely have a problem having jurors not show up. So that's just my little community notice.
Thank you. George? Commissioner?
I'd like to wish everyone also a happy St. Patrick's Day. While we're on that subject, last week there was a fundraiser at Mountaineer done by Change Incorporated, which helps provide some of these tremendous opportunities for people to have. I believe the event was a success.
Yes,
It was moved to the Harv. There seemed to be more room.
More room, very positive comments. They loved the 50-50 raffles and the bids. Everybody had an excellent time.
Right. Bring a pipe band in from McDonald, plays for a half hour, which is great. But also, this is our last meeting before Easter. I'd like to wish everyone a happy, blessed Easter. We can't forget about that time of year. And that's really it, because they mentioned early voting was April 27th. However, you did have one question when I came in pertaining to a sign. Are we allowed to post a sign that early voting starts in the courthouse somewhere? So you can coordinate that with Bob, because you already have the sign, right?
Yes.
And the time. Okay. That's all I have.
Commissioner? Just like to inform the public that we have been working on our budget for the next fiscal year. Things are relatively flat in Hancock County, but as far as our budget looks, I think we'll be able to continue to provide the same services that we have in the past without any cuts. And most importantly, probably our police force. So in saying that, it's not all bad news. We'll just have to watch our spending a little closer than what we've had to in the past and move forward. Thank you for your efforts and all that you've put into it, Karen, to have us prepared for our budget hearings. Another item is, Sheriff, maybe you can allude to you had some folks out patrolling yesterday. Were they looking for seat belts or inspection stickers? What was that traffic?
That was put on by a grant from the Department of Highways Safety that they were looking for seatbelt compliance. When I say looking for seatbelt compliance, looking for people who actually wore the seatbelts, and oops, we found a few that didn't. So yes, it was extra manpower out on the road. We had our reserves out there. We do this periodically. They have another one coming up for DUI. That's not for another month or two. I can't remember the dates yet. But it's through the Department of Highways grant, which we try to work with as often as we can. I look at it as a means to put extra law enforcement on the street without an extra cost to the county. And anytime we can do that, I think that's positive.
What were the results? Did you hear anything?
Yeah, I can't tell you the exact numbers of tickets. They did rate some tickets. One officer had 12, another officer had 5, and so on. But I don't know the exact number. But there's a lot of traffic that goes through this town, which just brings me to that radar trailer that we have out. Not only does that radar trailer tell you the speed, and you've seen it around our county, it also calculates a lot of information that helps us in being able to determine where we can better spend our resources in certain types of patrol and at what times of the day. It tells us how many cars have gone through during a particular time of the day, breaks it all down and puts it in graphs to show us if we're having more speeders and at certain times throughout the day, and so that we can concentrate possibly our patrols in that area for that particular time. There's a lot of information that comes out of that little speed wagon that we drag around, and once we get a lot of areas mapped out, and when I say mapped out, by just getting a base number, we'll be able to even make more use of that little trailer. Looking forward to it. Be happy to share it with you sometime. It's really interesting. Show you how many vehicles go through our area. It's unbelievable. I don't think the Department of Highways has that traffic count as accurate as we now have.
You've had it on several roads.
Yes, we have.
Route 8, Newell.
Newell, a couple different directions. Right now, that we drug it down to right outside the city, right inside the city limits. Coming out of that curve is where it's parked, but it's facing north, catching the vehicles coming down from Fry's gas station area, coming down off that hill.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
It's nice seeing that out there. I have to admit.
It
3 or 4 places.
What's really nice about it is we're getting a lot more compliance than I thought we were. And that means people are paying attention. And it helps to remind you. Oh, as soon as you see it, you look at your speedometer. You see how if it's accurate, but then you let up off the gas. It's a nice tool. And it's a nice tool. We don't use it to write tickets. It can't be done for that. But it's a nice tool to remind the people what we're trying to do. And we also have some scrolling information that we can scroll across the top that for future football ahead, traffic, et cetera, et cetera. It'll work out well.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And that was purchased through Concealed Carry Weapons Fund, which means it didn't come out of your fund.
Okay. We're aware of that.
I was just making sure you were very aware of it.
We study those budget numbers.
Is that fund going to go up or down now?
That's an interesting topic.
It's a loaded question.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
I don't know how much time you have, Commissioner, but there's a lot of information there. I suspect it'll probably level off, only because we demographically or whatever in our venue sits a lot differently than, say, Kanawha County. Our neighborhoods, as I've talked to and spoken to others, is our neighborhoods or our area of how we live is actually in 3 states. I mean, if you look at, I compare this to Kanawha County. If you look at Kanawha County, you're doing your business within that county. If you live in Charleston, if you live in our locale, you're doing your business in East Liverpool, Steubenville, Wintersville, Pittsburgh, Robinson. We consider that I consider that our neighborhood. So anytime you do that and you cross state lines, and if you are a concealed carry holder and you are carrying, then you're legal because those two states recognize our process of concealed carry permits. But if you don't have a permit and you carry legally in West Virginia and you cross those lines, you've just now violated the Ohio laws or the Pennsylvania laws. And they don't take kindly on people carrying guns in their state unless they're licensed.
Thank you. Yeah, there's a lot of things in life I don't know, but I can usually figure them out. I can't just figure out what the rationale is behind that.
You're not asking me that, I hope.
No.
Thank you.
Just rhetorically speaking. I don't have a lot. Just St. Patrick's Day. I'll be spending it at a CVB meeting tonight at Mountaineer. Looking forward to that. And I'm just happy that the groundhog was correct this year, and the weather's been good. So that's all I really had.
Mr. President,
Yes.
I know that Tammy was acknowledged, but Tammy McCloskey, she's here. She is with Leadership Weirton, and she works for the Hancock County Shelter Workshop. So welcome today, Tammy. Thanks for coming.
I think that's about it. Next meeting, April the 7th, 2:30. Motion to adjourn?
So moved.